Welcome back to snowy Denver. USA 1-up against Costa Rica. Let's hear from the U.S. coach Jurgen Klinsmann with Monica Gonzalez.
Now, Coach, the defense was a talk a lot of the time this week about their inexperience. What do you need to see from them in the second half to protect this lead?
I think they did very well in the first half. Obviously, you know, we should have had a penalty to make it a second goal. A second goal would make things a little bit easier. But we just need to push forward. We need to put the ball into their half and play the game in their half. Today, it's not a technical game because of the snow. You can't do nice passing combinations. It's about second balls. It's about battles there. So hopefully we kind of shift those battles into their half.
What were the little tips that you gave them? I'm sure the experience that you've had playing in this weather.
Well, you adjust to it. You adjust to it, and you take it as a positive. I think they might struggle far more than we do.
Thanks so much, Coach. Ian?
Thank you very much indeed. I know one or two of you are struggling to see the ball in the conditions. Well, join the club. So are we in the commentary booth here, and we're kind of wondering why they're not switching to an orange ball here. It would be a lot easier, wouldn't it, to see on this surface, but we shouldn't quibble, and I have to say it again.
How about the grounds crew?
They are performing miracles.
Unbelievable.
Racing around at 60 miles an hour
well,
on
at one
their
point
snow plows. And
you had 40 people in the middle of the field with shovels.
So the game continues, and the USA need it to continue, and they need it to stay like this. A goal to the good, having lost, remember, the first game in the vital hexagonal away to Honduras.
And going into halftime, Costa Rica found a little bit of rhythm on that left-hand side. Graham Zusi has to be careful. He has to make sure he's tracking back with OVA to overlap him.
Remember, the United States haven't won any of their last 5 meetings with Costa Rica. That's their worst run against any CONCACAF nation for 14 years. We looked at the forecast at halftime, hoping that for a bit of better news. The forecast is the snow goes on here for the next 12 hours. Just the 12. They might as well be up in the Rockies, you know.
I think we are. This is unbelievable.
It really is. I don't think I've ever seen conditions like this and the game carrying on. Maybe once or twice many moons ago. It is very, very strange scene, isn't it? It's supposed to be spring, isn't it? Is Bolaños for Costa Rica. Played forward by Barrientos. Omar Gonzalez was physical and strong enough. He'll be learning all the time back there about international football. Well played in the end by Giancarlo Gonzalez. There's a Gonzalez playing in both defenses today. By the way, that goal scored by Clint Dempsey means the United States continue an amazing sequence. They have now scored in the last 27 World Cup qualifiers they've played. That is a current world record. This is the man who's scoring nearly all of them, Clint Dempsey. He came back last week after missing 5 games for Tottenham with a calf injury. He played 45 minutes for Tottenham, but that's his only minutes in the last month or so, Taylor.
Well, we saw that September of last year as well. He was out 4 or 5 weeks, then came back with the home and away in Jamaica, scored at the away game in Jamaica. So when he comes back fit, he's ready to rock.
Naturally fit guy, isn't he?
You just want him on the field.
Bit of a run-in involving Jermaine Jones, and conversations going on all over the place. Roy Miller and Jose Altidore as well.
Weird. Stupid yellow card from Roy Miller.
I think we can call it white hot, can't we? The temperature out there. Yellow card then for Roy Miller. That means he misses the next game for Costa Rica, which is at home to Jamaica on Tuesday. In fact, no fewer than 9 of the squad they brought here were sitting on a yellow card. By the way, Clint Dempsey is as well. He'd be banned for the Mexico game if he got a yellow here. So too would Michael Bradley, a couple of others as well.
Zusi and Edu as well, Ian.
Yeah. So that's a worry. It's pretty harsh, the disciplinary system. 2 yellows and you're out for a game. So sooner or later, those players, I think, will pick up that extra yellow. I think the temperature might be a little bit different in Mexico City on Tuesday.
I hope so.
Count on it. In more ways than one, I think, Taylor.
Well, especially, too, if the U.S. get 3 points out of this. Who would have thought Monday with the article in Sporting News, the U.S. win, they get 3 points tonight, that they'll have more points than Mexico?
Haven't got them yet, though, have they?
No. Long way to go.
Costa Rica looking more of a threat as the first half wore on, you'd have to say. After a very, very good first half an hour by the United States. Gonzalez hitting the ball long for the USA. Dempsey again. Flicked on. Here's Altidore. The angle got a little bit difficult for a moment. It looked like the left foot volley could be on for Altidore. Here he is again. He guts his shot away and it skids wide.
This is the Josie Altidore that U.S. soccer fans wanted to see tonight. Just big, strong, and I love it. We saw the goal in the first half came from Josie taking a shot from 18, 19 yards out. He's been active all night long.
Goodson up towards Dempsey. Well, we're hearing something quite extraordinary from the match commissioner's officer, and US Soccer are saying the same thing, that if this game does have to be stopped and abandoned tonight, it can be resumed from the minute it stopped, and they would play whatever remaining time there was. I have never heard of that, and I must say I do doubt it. There's a lot of confusion. We'll see, but that's what people are saying. I'm only passing that on, but that would be highly irregular. I'm not sure Costa Rica would be buying that. There's a free kick been given here right on the edge of the penalty area. Saborio went down, and this is dangerous. They're going to have to watch Ruiz here. There's a real moment of danger here for the United States, who believe they should have had a penalty when they're right in the first half. Look at the players clearing a path so that the ball can sit just nicely to be hit.
I just wonder, though, with the footing right now, can Ruiz get enough on this to get it up and over the wall? Why not throw in 2 extra players in the wall here?
It's Ruiz. Oh, and it deflected. It could have gone anywhere off that wall. Happily for the US, it went behind for a corner. He scored twice in the 2-2 draw when the Costa Ricans came to Washington 4 years ago. That could have ended up in the corner.
Yeah, it's just too difficult, though, right now with that footing to be able to get that ball up and over the wall.
You were right, Taylor. It's a corner. Goes a long way. Umania got ahead to it. Saborio played it in there, and I think it was Bradley who smuggled it away, but they're beginning to knock quite hard on the door here, Costa Rica. I hope you can follow this through the blizzard at home. We're trying to on the outskirts of Denver. Here comes the corner kick. Guzan has missed it. He went for that. We were expecting the punch away. He never got there, I don't think.
And that is exactly why you have to follow your runner no matter what here. Guzan coming off his line. He has to get that. That is inside the 6-yard box.
Whoa.
Lucky for the U.S.
How close run, I think, was that? Monica Gonzalez, our sideline reporter, has some more news for us.
Well, Ian, there's a lot. The match commissioner is down here on the field, and they were talking. They are going to stop the game. They're going to have a meeting. They'll talk about it, and they'll decide if they want to continue to play. They will try to shovel the field while the play is being stopped, and then the match commissioner and referee will decide where to go from there. Back to you, Ian.
Well, that's quite dramatic news. Thank you, Monica. The game is being stopped. The game is being stopped 55 minutes in.
Come on. It's ridiculous. Just play the game.
Big discussions going on, but it looks like a decision has been taken that the conditions have become too extreme. Well, this is going to be a right row.
Yeah, I think the referee, though, should be allowed to talk to players right now. The players have no problem with it, Ian.
Jürgen Klinsmann is furious, but it looks like the match commissioner, in association with the referee, has made a decision to... Now, are they stopping the game for good for the night, or are they going to try to clear the lines again and resume it? The match commissioner is Victor Daniel from Grenada, who's already gone into the locker room, we are told.
Yeah, but you even see the Costa Rican players over there saying to play on.
Yes, which is extraordinary, really. You'd think they'd take this, wouldn't you? One down.
Well, I don't know, though, because the last 6 or 7 minutes, they've been putting pressure on the U.S.
Wow.
Listen, the referee right there, talk to the players. They're on the field. They have no problem with playing the game.
The final decision always is with the referee. And then amid all of this is this extraordinary story we've heard that the game could be resumed tomorrow and they'll play whatever remaining minutes. I think the conditions will be far worse tomorrow because this snow is forecast to get
well,
to 6,
Ian, by the way, we're pausing the game right now, Ian. The forecast for the next 12 hours is snow.
And let's go. While they're pausing the game, the lines are getting further obliterated. And the referee has to consider, A, the player's safety, whether a match can continue in a feasible way. There's great debates going on. You have to say the Costa Ricans seem to be saying as well they're happy to play on.
So here's my question, though. If the referee has the final say, then why does the match commissioner have to pause the game? I don't understand that.
Well,
if it's the referee's decision and he wasn't stopping the game until notified, I don't understand this.
Well,
yes.
Has a decision been taken to resume the game here?
Yeah, let's go. Game on.
Has the referee said to the players, "Are you happy to play on?" Yeah, I think that's what's happened. I think that, as he said to the players, "Are you happy with this?" And they've kind of said yes.
Well done by the referee.
Well done by the players, particularly the Costa Rican ones. I mean, you could not accuse them of gamesmanship, could you? There. Extraordinary developments here, and really almost unprecedented decision-making going on. But this snow, I have to tell you, is getting thicker and thicker. They're carrying on for the moment. Whether they can get through to the end of it, you were very optimistic early. I wasn't quite so optimistic, Taylor.
We're playing the game,
We're playing. Somehow, some way. It is a crazy night here in Commerce City in Denver. But these are near farcical conditions now. But we've got this far. So I guess if everybody's willing, I'll try to get through it all as long as it remains something resembling a football match. Here's Zusi to play one in. Oh, and another very good effort there, just wide of the post. Dempsey again is so predatory.
He's so good when he's coming out of the midfield. It's that third attacker. And Costa Rica has a nightmare trying to defend crosses. We saw this against Mexico in the second round of qualifying. They don't track their runners. And when the runner's coming out of the midfield like Clint Dempsey, nightmare to defend.
I'm just thinking, Taylor, this is a night that's going to go down in US soccer folklore. People are going to be talking about this game for years. Do you remember that night?
In US sports folklore? What are you talking about?
Yeah, exactly. It's soccer, but not as you know it. Oviedo is stopped in his run down the left-hand side. This is Gonzalez doing the covering. Giancarlo Gonzalez.
Good work from Jose Altidore.
Yep. He's run the channels. He's worked very hard.
It's a little thing, but in a game like this, chase down every ball.
Away by Roy Miller of New York Red Bulls. Normally a left back, left-sided player, but part of that five-man defence. To maybe change that. I wonder if we're going to see Joel Campbell soon, this very talented 20-year-old who's on the bench. He came on in the last game and made a bit of a difference. Elegant, but whether he can do it on this, we shall see.
Well, and he came in, mind you, that second half against Panama.
Lovely ball that from Barrantes to Saborio, who got a decent effort in from what looked an impossible angle. Good hit, that.
Well, and this save from Guzan is a lot more difficult on a night like tonight. Watch that, no rebound. Difficult angle for Saborio, but good save from Guzan.
Ruiz here for Costa Rica, looking to get that ball in behind. Here's Jermaine Jones. That's a nifty piece of work from him. The US look as if they might have a second goal in them, but I'd have to say as well that Costa Rica look as if they too might get themselves on the score sheet here. It's dramatic and spectacular in many ways. The other game going on tonight has finished. There's no snow in Jamaica, I promise you that. Cool runnings and all that left to one side. 1-1, Jamaica, Panama. Panama coming back from a goal down, and we are going to see Joel Campbell coming on now for Christian Bolaños. Not his kind of night, really. Tricky wide player. And Campbell to be introduced, who plays for Real Betis, who lies 7th in La Liga, the top Spanish league. He's actually on the books of Arsenal. Couldn't get a work permit to play in the English Premier League. That's why he's in Spain at the moment and doing pretty well there too. At the end of the game tonight, go to ESPNFC.com to watch our live post-game show, Boot Room Extra. Full recap featuring your Twitter questions and comments. Use hashtag #FCBootRoom. Somewhere over there on the far side, it's a throw-in, I think.
Are you sure?
Bradley, dispossessed in midfield. It's Saborio, but nothing doing there. Campbell's gone onto the right-hand side, where Bolaños was playing. Comes through to Gonzalez. Here's the other Gonzalez, Omar, and then it was away by Cameron doing the covering behind him in the end. Now Altidore, again holding the play out well, working very well, just laying it off to Dempsey, but control of the ball is difficult, and trying to wait a pass on this as well, that's offside.
That's hard too, isn't it? Very easy tonight.
How hard do you hit the pass to go, say, 20 yards across a surface like this?
Well, on a surface like this, you want to make sure you overhit it. Especially going forward, because if anything, then you just put Costa Rica on their heels.
I must say, I was surprised that Costa Rica weren't very happy to troops off to the locker room when offered the chance. And the challenge from Oviedo looked on the stiff side there, didn't it? Free kicks given.
Dempsey sets Oviedo up perfect here. It's a little stutter step that allows Oviedo to get in there. Draws a great free kick here. I love that. Just that little stutter step baits Oviedo to come in, He dives in, draws a foul.
If you could hit one here with a left foot that could skid in front of the goalkeeper. The right foot instead of Zusi towards the back post. The referee very quick on any pushing and shoving. And
that's the third straight set piece, Ian.
Every time he
the United States, he's called the foul off the ball.
All the officials from El Salvador tonight. It is Joel Aguilar who is in charge. He did actually go to South Africa for the World Cup, but didn't get a game.
That makes two of us.
Yeah. You can tell me about that again later. Taylor should have gone. The one thing you'd say, as difficult as the conditions are, they do not look unsafe for the players.
No, not at all.
I mean, one problem for the referee is, say a challenge goes in and a player slides into another player, causing an injury. That's something the referee has to consider. That isn't happening, not yet. Lots of other things are. We'll go behind for a corner kick. Can the United States get a vital second goal? A cushion. Otherwise it might be a nervy ending with Costa Rica throwing a lot of players forward. Hercules Gomez to take it. Again, struggling to get the ball airborne. Whoever's got the contract to make the match balls, can you please come up with some orange ones? That's what you have to play with on white surface like snow. Cameron's long throw. Gonzalez gets it away. Ruiz's control, even in this, is velvet and instant. And that's a miscue by Barrantes. Let's see if the ball carries on rolling, just about out of play. It is slowing up on that, though. It will be near to a miracle, I would say, if we get through 90 minutes, but that's the way we're heading at the moment. Cameron, Zusi and Miller just had a little kick out, didn't he, there, away from the ball towards Zusi, who made nothing of it. Meanwhile, Barrantes brings it away, tried to wait it for Brian Ruiz. Oh, now then, Ruiz is making an awful lot of that challenge there by Jermaine Jones. Now, what's the referee going to do here? He's saying it's an elbow, Ruiz. Now, what does the referee do here with Jermaine Jones? Oh, it's a hand off, isn't it?
I don't understand why do this, though, if you're Jermaine Jones. There's no reason to do that.
On another night, that could have been a red card.
But there's no reason to.
As it is, it's not even a yellow. Maybe the referee couldn't see it all through the snow, but...
But why? You have the 2 yards of space, knock it forward and move on.
What it is a free kick, rightly, to Costa Rica. Michael Barrantes is going to take it. Never gets into the danger area. But Barrantes won it back again, and then Miller's effort is charged down.
A couple nervy moments here from the U.S. Bad giveaway from Herculez Gomez and a stupid foul from Jermaine Jones.
Barrantes again. This time it's too far. Comes out to Ariel Rodriguez. Plays it back in. Bouncing around dangerously. Ruiz trying to help it on. It's ping-pong around that penalty area in the snow. Barrantes towards the back post. Guzan came to get it. In off the post.
It's offside. Offside.
It's offside. The flag is up. The goal will not count. Whoa, that is a big let-off for the United States. Costa Rica nearly getting the payoff. Away by Omar Gonzalez.
Great call. Great call from the assistant referee. And for the United States, thank goodness that was right in front of them.
I think it was Campbell's header, wasn't it? Good one, too.
I don't know if the assistant referee can see that, if that's on the other side of the 18-yard box.
That was William Torres, the official on the far side, and looked a great call. And remember, the USA were denied what looked a certain penalty in the first half for a foul on Dempsey. But this is getting a pretty close run thing. "20 minutes remaining. We need the weather to give us a little bit of a break somewhere in this as well. DeMarcus Beasley, USA at the moment just unable to keep the ball, and it keeps coming back again. Umania is the player who launches it long, winning his 65th cap tonight, the central defender who plays for one of the famous clubs in Costa Rica, Saprissa, sometimes known as the Purple Monster.
You see right now, Jermaine Jones, Herculez Gomez, Michael Bradley, they're all having a conversation. And Jurgen Klinsmann all week long talked about the relationship with Jones and Bradley. Right now, this is the most important time. You're up 1-0. Make sure both of you are on the same page, especially defensively in front of Goodson and Gonzalez.
Just got to offer a good shield in front of that defence, I'd say, at the moment. The Costa Ricans just beginning to be the bosses in midfield in this phase of the game. ESPN's presentation of US Soccer brought to you by Sport Clips. It's not just a haircut, it's pure awesome. Sport Clips. It's good to be a guy. USA 1, Costa Rica 0. We can just about read the electronic scoreboard at the far end through the blizzard. Away by Roy Miller. I think both sides really have abandoned any idea of playing pretty football. Now they're hitting it long and seeing if they can get the second ball when it bounces down. Diego Calvo going to replace Oviedo. He's coming on for his debut here for Costa Rica, player for Alajuelense, another of the big teams in Costa Rica, winners of the Apertura title, the opening championship in Costa Rica, Alajuelense. So on comes Diego Calvo, midfield player, only 20. He'll go onto that left-hand side. Looks like Miller might be going back to his more conventional left-back role here in a slight change of shape. Free kicks given, rightly so. Goodson's challenge, it wasn't there though. They've taken it 2 or 3 yards ahead of where the actual foul was committed. Referee seemed happy enough with that. There's almost a sort of anything goes kind of feeling about developments out there. This game, if you're recently tuned in, just about surviving. Just about surviving. It was nearly abandoned 10 minutes after half-time. It seemed like the players talked the referee round. Barrantes, it was meant, I think, as a shot that from him.
There are a lot of questions about Guzan's role, his nerves. He's come off his line only once, making a mistake. It didn't cost him. He's been sound tonight. Very strong.
United States 1, Costa Rica now. Clint Dempsey's goal separating the sides, coming pretty early in the piece. Should have had a penalty as well. Costa Rica having one chalked off for offside just a few moments ago. Eddie Johnson to be introduced. This substitution fueled by Gatorade. He replaces Graham Zusi. Johnson has missed a bit of training with a muscle injury, 3 days of training, in fact, which is one reason why he was not considered to start here.
Good 75 minutes from Graham Zusi as well.
Eddie Johnson, who's had a renaissance this season with the national side. Had a memorable contribution to make with 2 goals in the game against Jamaica. Here's his first involvement, being deployed on the right-hand side where Zusi was playing. Good first contribution. Cut out by DeMarcus Beasley, who's still got that speed. It's Hercules Gomez on the far side now for the United States. Tremendously difficult for the players. They're almost having to be like snow plows at times to get the ball and move with it in these conditions.
Well, and right now you want to say the U.S. needs to keep better possession, but how can you complain right now with the conditions?
I'm going to ask you this. Give me an honest answer. Is this playable?
Of course it is. You kidding me?
And you'd have given
I got my shin guards on right now.
And you'd have given me the same answer if it was 1-0 to Costa Rica, would you?
Yes.
Right. Okay.
Actually, I'm lying.
I think we now know that the referee doesn't think it's really playable, but he's happy to go along with it if the players are. Seemed to be what happened. Is that how you read it as well, Taylor?
Yeah, I mean, when you talk about the safety of the players, we're not seeing many players slipping or whatnot. Yeah, maybe the field's not great, your first touch isn't perfect, but no one's really in danger here.
Guzan, not easy for the goalkeeper to handle, even with the gloves. A wet, slippery ball with snow on it. Gonzalez's header down. Eddie Johnson's done well there. He's found Josie Altidore. That's Hercules Gomez. Good possession football from the United States, but that I don't think was ever going to work. Saborio won the header. Importantly, Ruiz, captain of the side. Saborio, just for a moment there, you wondered if he'd get the shot away. Didn't quite work out for him.
And that's the danger of Brian Ruiz. He gets in between the lines of the midfield and the defenders. It's impossible to pick him up.
Diego Calvo, debutant. Don't forget the USA in action in the big one. Away to Mexico, Tuesday in the Azteca. Do not miss it. We're on air for a full hour pre-game show coverage starting 9:30 Eastern on ESPN, and you can catch it too if you're on the move on your Watch ESPN app. The match commissioner has now stated that this game will be completed.
Which means nothing because it's the referee's final decision, right?
Apparently.
All right, good. I just want to make sure I got that one right.
Well, we were told pre-game that the match commissioner had plenty of say pre-game, but once it had started, it was always the referee's call. seems to have been a kind of committee decision, including the players. I think in the end it is common sense. I mean, there's no idea or no chance of playing this tomorrow. I wouldn't have thought here. It's going to snow all night, according to the forecasters. We should have got a weatherman in the booth tonight, shouldn't we? As well, we've needed it. Going to be another change by Costa Rica. Juan Diego Madrigal is going to come on, defender, to take the place of Christian Gamboa.
If you need a weatherman to see what's going on right now, then I'd tell you you're blind. You have to wonder, though, right now, Jurgen Klinsmann on the sideline, when do you bring in a guy like Kyle Beckerman or Maurice Edu, someone to help the midfield?
Just sit in there now. Take the view, what we have, we hold.
Well, you're in the 80th minute now. You're up 1-0. Get 3 points. Bring in someone to help Jermaine Jones, Michael Bradley, because right now they've put in a ton of work. The legs have to be tired running in the snow. Bring in some fresh legs.
This is Joel Campbell on the far side. I wouldn't think many of these players have ever played in conditions like that. And while the game's going on, there are ground staff running onto the pitch. Wait for the throw-in, he says, because the ground staff are at work doing all the lines again.
You said it was done by committee.
Yes. Well, I think without this many ground staff,
there's
this game would have been no chance at all. Not a prayer. Miller for Costa Rica. And then Berantes sitting it long. Saborio is the target. They've decided the long ball game is probably going to work best, because a passing game on this is, well, dicing with danger, really. Eddie Johnson now. Quite happy to take people on. In towards Altidore. Giancarlo Gonzalez has had a good game back there for Costa Rica. He's cut out a few things. Goodson recovered well there. A Brøndby player, plays in Denmark. Ruiz fed it inside. There might be one or two anxious moments left in this, I think, for the United States. We're inside the last 10 minutes. Maurice Edu is going to replace Jermaine Jones in midfield. Edu's come through a horrible period where he couldn't get a game at Stoke City. He's gone to Turkey and played for Bursaspor over there in the Turkish Super League, and he's getting a lot more game time, happily. He did include a red card recently, but he'll be happy to be back playing again. Tonight's attendance there are confirmed a sellout, 19,374 officially. And just to reiterate, those tickets sold in under an hour. So well done to the public in the Denver area for really getting behind the team.
Have to love those American Outlaws, don't you?
Yeah, we went to see them again last night. Here's DeMarcus Beasley. No way through for Gomez. Ariel Rodriguez just looking to get a ball in behind. Edu's first involvement. It's a crazy deflection. Trying to feed that through for Saborio. Ruiz trying to set up the ace scorer, Alvaro Saborio of Real Salt Lake. I think he scored all their goals in MLS so far, hasn't he, Saborio?
Well, and he's got 45 over 3 years. If it wasn't for a guy in Chris Wondolowski, Saborio, I mean, 45 goals in 3 years. And I'd say he's in the best shape since going to Real Salt Lake right now. Early on this season, he's scored 3 really good goals.
And he'll remain a threat as long as he's out there on that pitch as well. And as long as this game goes on. Here's Altidore, who's done very, very well tonight. It's just a question here for the United States now of getting this job done, pocketing the points and getting on the plane for Mexico City. Madrigal was fouled. I think the United States will be wishing and hoping that the referee blows early once it gets to the 90 minutes in the conditions to get the game over with.
It's too easy for Matty Johnson coming into the game as a sub. Can't allow the left back from Costa Rica to get out that easy. Roy Miller's under pressure.
A win for the United States would lift them into second place in this group, by the way. They started the night in bottom position, albeit after just one game. Costa Rica would go to the bottom if it stayed the way it is now. It might not necessarily, because Barrantes plays it out to the far side. Campbell was waiting for it, never got to him.
You know, we asked you and I talked about it for what, 3-4 days? Who's going to play left back? Great decision from Jurgen Klinsmann to play Beasley.
He's done well there.
It's been perfect.
Dempsey, well, that's behind Eddie Johnson, who goes for a tumble, almost as if he was on a toboggan ride in the snow. Question now of not making any silly mistakes. Keep it very, very simple. No risky passes.
You mean like that one?
Yeah, exactly. Saborio. Madrigal's made an overlapping run here on the right-hand side, the substitute. And Giancarlo Gonzalez, the central defender, was forward with the header. Has got a couple of goals for his country, and he's already served one suspension in this World qualifying campaign as well. The 3 points the USA so desperately need, 4 minutes away. The ground staff are back on, clearing the lines, maybe for the last time. How on earth have we got through this?
I told you we would.
You were right.
That and 45 grounds crew.
Well, Altidore looked like he was fouled. He doesn't get it.
He hasn't gotten any calls from the referee tonight.
It's Maurice Edu. Nothing was really on. DeMarcus Beasley's, I think he was aiming towards the corner. It was a miscue, really. Just a couple of caps away from reaching the 100. DeMarcus Beasley would be well deserved, and they will strike some special glassware or something for him to mark the occasion when it happens, I'm sure. Now then, a free kick given away there rather carelessly by Cameron in the kind of range that Ruiz is going to love.
I mean, this ball's a 50-50 ball. Where's the foul?
So here is an anxious moment for the USA again. Looks like Barrantes is going to take this one, not Ruiz. Might this be the last chance for Costa Rica to rescue something? It's Barrantes, and it's away by Dempsey in the end for a grateful USA. It'll be planted straight back in by Ariel Rodriguez. The danger's not over yet, but it is now. What an extraordinary night. Another free kick given away. They've got to be careful with this.
It's really the only chances Costa Rica is going to get is on set pieces.
I've given them another chance to put in a high cross here, and the delivery will have to be good. Look how much snow they're having to move here just to take the free kick. To say conditions are marginal, it would be an understatement. Barrantes again, everybody's forward for Costa Rica, and just couldn't get the ball in the air off the snow. Coming up next will be Sports Centre, when I'm sure they will be reflecting on developments here. Dempsey, the USA will be maybe look to get the ball in towards the corners if they can. Now Dempsey's fouled, and it's a yellow card to be delivered there for Giancarlo Gonzalez, I think. Yep, it is him. Just see that number somewhere through the mist and snow. Do you think there are going to be reindeer outside in the car park?
I don't know.
You've got to get home somehow. There's going to be 5 minutes of stoppage time, by the way. It really has been against all odds, in a way.
But this is a kind of victory that builds character. You know?
Yes, exactly.
You know, with adversity, I'm a believer that adversity reveals character. And with everything that's gone on in the last 10 days, with articles on the internet about anonymous quotes, whatever that is, the fact is the players responded tonight, and if they get 3 points, that builds character. That locker room becomes stronger now, much stronger.
Well, look at that. Jeff Cameron,
it's a team effort,
playing the role of auxiliary snow clearer. Now we've seen it all. Quite bizarre. Don't forget, there's 5 minutes of added time at the end of all this. The ball is not going to go out of play. It just stopped in the snow that time. DeMarcus Beasley plays it in towards Gomez, who was trying to hunt something out. Navas, the goalkeeper, can grab it. They'll need to get it forward quickly now. Cameron doing well. The key here is hold possession if you can. That's a nifty piece of play, isn't it? Cool as you like, really. Ariel Rodriguez it was. Miller, long, no frills. Blow to the head. Free kick, USA, that'll do. Guillermo Gonzalez has done well tonight.
Done
Back
very
there,
well.
He'll be growing in confidence all the time. It's only his 5th cap.
Well, you learn a lot about players, how they improve. In the first game, his first World Cup qualifier at Honduras wasn't the best. He's responded very well tonight.
Yeah, he just had that one dodgy moment on the Honduras winner, didn't he? Him and Cameron and Howard between them, just not able to stop Honduras getting the goal they probably deserved, actually, to win that game, if we're brutally honest. Dempsey again. Feeding it wide. Cross comes in towards Hercules Gomez, but he doesn't get there quite ahead of Navas. It was the right run from Gomez.
Great ball in from Eddie Johnson as well.
Costa Ricans will be looking for any free kicks they can maybe induce here. It's a desperate battle for the 3 points. You never know what you're going to get with this hexagonal. Mexico surrendering a 2-goal lead earlier in Honduras for a 2-2 draw. Jamaica drawing with Panama here. The USA might be the only winners on the day. Headed down, but Guzan will take that. He'll check the maker's name on the ball. He'll clear a bit of snow. Maybe sing a song to himself, do anything to let the time go by. Chance of USA. USA ringing around. A freezing crowd here, but a crowd who have witnessed something in its own way quite historic, I think. Kyle Beckerman's going to come on very late on here to replace Hercules Gomez. I would suspect this is simply to wind down the clock a bit more by Jurgen Klinsmann.
Well, and you know Costa Rica's just going to pump the ball forward. Kyle Beckerman, Maurice Edu, Michael Bradley win those second balls.
Going to get a kick, I think, or a touch here. Beckerman, there he is. Winning his 25th cap. What's the clock saying? Coming up to 94 of the 95 minutes we're going to have. Just need to keep that ball out of harm's way late on. The USA I tell you what, credit to Costa Rica, though, for not taking the chance to get the game abandoned. I think if they'd have said, no, we can't play on this, we agree with you, referee.
No, but at the time that conversation was happening, they were having the run of play.
Yeah, well,
I think they felt they had the equalizer.
Yeah, but they were one down. I mean, I can think of a lot of teams who would have walked at that point. Well played, DeMarcus Peasley won the ball. USA, no, it's going to be a free kick for Costa Rica. And we have what? We're probably 15 seconds. They're going to have to just lump this forward and hope. There's probably one last piece of defending here for the USA to do. Campbell chasing. It's gone out of play, and I think that will be that. Clint Dempsey saying, how much more of this then, referee? Come on. Blow. I think probably viewers across the United States are saying the same thing. The job was getting 3 points somehow, some way tonight, and it looks like that's going to be achieved here for Jurgen Klinsmann at the end of what's been a very, very difficult week, the most difficult of his whole reign. That is it on this extraordinary snowy night. In the blizzard, the USA have the 3 points that they so desperately needed, and the World Cup campaign is back on track. 1-0 to the USA. Let's cross to Bob Lee.
Thank you, Ian. You don't need a weatherman to tell you which way the wind blows. And the World Cup wins have once again filled the sails of the United States. With Alexi Lalas, Casey Keller, Bob Lee, the host position. 20,000 people were here tonight. I dare say in years to come, millions will say, hey, I was there. That night, it just never stopped snowing, and they continue to play.
It was beautifully ugly. An incredible 3 points, an important 3 points in a game that they will all remember. We'll all remember for this. And for a U.S. national team that for the last couple of years, I think at times has gotten away from what has made the U.S. national team successful in the past. I saw it here tonight. Grit, determination. All right? This wasn't about playing pretty soccer. This was about what the U.S. men's national team was built on. And credit to these guys out here. Credit to the back four. And we talked about their lack of experience, the way that they played. I thought DeMarcus Beasley had a great game out there on the left back. Credit up top to Josie Altidore for holding the ball. Credit to this entire team for getting the goal that they needed and then recognizing the situation, adapting when they had to, and getting that 3 points.
A lot of times it's just about grinding out results in qualifying. It's not about playing well. It's about finding some way to get the 3 points on the board, especially at home, and finding ways to steal points on the road. The disappointment from the first game in Honduras was there was an opportunity to steal some points. It didn't happen. That heaped on the pressure for this match, and the team responded under unbelievable conditions, both in the press and here on the field with the weather and everything. Credit to everybody. They got the game on. How, I don't know, but the officials somehow deemed it was playable, and the U.S. come away with 3 huge points.
3 points. So now the United States trailing just behind Honduras. Honduras with 2 late goals, coming back late to draw today at home against Mexico, Panama, and Jamaica. Playing to a 1-1 draw. The goal scorer, the captain tonight, standing by with Monica Gonzalez.
Clint, talk about how you were able to lead your team to victory in these conditions.
Yeah, I mean, the good thing was we were able to get a goal early and then just stay compact. It was difficult to play with the conditions in the snow all the way up past your ankles, but we stay compact as a team. We made it difficult for them to get chances, and when you score early like that, it helps you have confidence to see the game out and get the 3 points.
Now, what went on when the referee tried to stop play?
I think he wanted them to shove the line so they could see the penalty area and stuff like that. So it was difficult out here to see anything, but credit to them. We got the game done with, and we got the 3 points. Now
they say that I'm frozen too. A very wise person once said that adversity builds character, and your team has certainly gone through some adversity this week. What has that done for this group of guys?
Yeah, I mean, trying to qualify for the World Cup is never easy. In any of the campaigns I've been a part of, trying to qualify, you've had your ups and your downs. it's a roller coaster. But the good thing is we're able to come together when we needed to. Now we're in a better position on the table, but we still got a difficult task going to Mexico and trying to get a good result. So we'll take the confidence of the 3 points and hopefully we can go down there and shake things up.
Thanks for your time, Clint. Go get warm. Bob?
Monica, it is that kind of a night. It's tough for everyone to articulate out in the cold where it's been below 30 degrees now, beginning of what's going to be a 6-inch snowfall. And so the questions, the speculation, the unattributed quotes, no one denied anything that was said or written was true. Clint Dempsey inserted as captain, the young defense, but all the parts fell into place. And you wonder if this crucible of the last 72 hours has made this a stronger U.S. team heading into Azteca.
I think that these individuals are better. We talked about the fact that when we talked to Jurgen Klinsmann this morning, he talked about assessing players in everything that they do. And I think he got a real good idea of the players that played tonight. Some of them will be around if they get to Brazil. Some of them won't. But it's all about how they react to adverse conditions.
Well, you're looking for players when they get the opportunity to prove to the coach that they belong and that they can play. You got to look at Omar Gonzalez, Clarence Goodson, couple rocks in the middle. We were questioning DeMarcus Beasley at left back. Tremendous game. Absolute tremendous game from DeMarcus. Brad Guzan, solid in the back. Good all-around performance, and that man, Clint Dempsey, gets the goal.
A night of celebration, surreal conditions, a championship moment. We'll wrap it up in a moment. Estadio Azteca, one of the great championship venues on this planet in this sport. Mexico today, a disappointing draw in Honduras. The United States won a friendly there last August. The first win on Mexican soil in 75 years. The qualification looms Tuesday at Azteca as our coverage begins 9:30 Eastern time. Time now for our All-State Good Hand Save of the Night. Brad Guzan was there when needed.
Well, you're basically looking at any kind of these conditions. It's just getting the body behind the ball, keeping it close, and picking up the rebounds. Tough angle. Saverio takes the shot. Guzan does an excellent job of keeping it close to his body, smothering it. He looks safe all game.
And so, Guzan holding that ball. The 3 points clutched to his chest on a night when he said everyone will later say they were here. Coming up next, SportsCenter, a busy day, of course, at the tournament. A look back at this game under these surreal circumstances. Ian Dart, Taylor Twellman, Alexi Lawless, Casey Keller, Monica Gonzalez. I'm Bombley. Once again, our final score, 3 big points for the United States as they defeat Costa Rica 1-0-0. This has been a presentation of ESPN. We will see you Tuesday evening from Mexico City.